Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another live here at Trader Journey on YouTube. This is my Instagram, which is traderjourney_official. Today we're going to cover off an interesting topic. A lot of you guys have been wondering and suggesting, in fact, that we're going to get a market crash. But I'm going to go through some analysis and some deep detail of what we're expecting to happen in the markets. You know, we've been in a fairly volatile area at the moment, but some of you who have been on the lives before will understand some of the analysis which I'll be doing today, which will be pretty interesting for anyone new to trading or investing. But I'm just going to pull up something pretty interesting to start off this live, guys, and you're probably not expecting this, but Google Trends. Now, believe it or not, but Google Trends is a great way of understanding what the sentiment is in the market, because I mean, look at this, guys. This is data. Data is what you want to use to help you understand what's happening in the markets and understand what's going to happen next. Because, you know, when we had the market crash back in March last year for COVID-19, you know, we saw an interesting spike in the amount of Google searches for market crash. You know, it's pretty weird, pretty strange, but guys, I'm telling you, you know, there is opportunity here in what we're doing. You know, there's opportunity to search out using things outside of the box, using things that we wouldn't usually do. But guys, Google Trends, don't sleep on it. Google Trends has gives you some clues, because look at this. California market crash was trending before it even happened. It was trending before it even happened. You know, we had around the 23rd. Let's look at SPY. When did the actual crash happen? When did the actual crash happen? I'm going to go to the bigger time frame. Let me know who we have here in the live. We're going to go through some analysis, some deep analysis. Whoever's just joined will understand what I'm saying here. But Google Trends, guys, use Google Trends to your advantage, because I personally believe it gives you clues. I mean, I've just put in market crash here on Google Trends, right? And look at this. We had an initial spike in searches of market crash in that February period, 23rd to 29th of February. And I'm going to go back to the charts here and show you exactly what's happened, you know. But I'm going to look towards things that are completely outside the box here to get you guys understanding what's going to happen here. But look at this, 23rd to 25th. So we saw Google Trends. People were searching in that week, 23rd to the 29th of February, and we didn't actually we got a sell-off here. We got a bigger sell-off, a huge sell-off, and Google Trends, believe it or not, guys, Google Trends was a great indicator here. You know, we could have used this to our advantage to understand what was happening next. And now look, we're seeing it pick up here. We're seeing more searches of market crash here on the 24th and 30th of January. That's not to say it's going to happen, because we're still at fairly low levels here than what we saw in March. But I'm telling you guys, use Google Trend. Understand what people are searching, understand what people's psychology is in the markets, and you know, that will definitely help give you guys an edge. So welcome to whoever's just joined. I think we've got 8 viewers here. Thanks for joining. Let me know who's active in the live chat. It'll be good to know who we have here. So yeah, so guys, today we're going to go through SPY, generally SPY, and happy to look at other stocks if you guys have any you want me to look at. Let me know who's active. Who we got here? We got Marco, June, Bugger, Alfred. Alfred, man, you've been commenting loads. Alfred, I've been watching you, man. You've been asking for that sense video quite a lot. I know you. I don't think Alfred's here, but anyway. So whoever's just joined, welcome. You know, we're gonna go through what I tend to do to understand what's happening in the market. But here we have SPY up on the chart. You know, we have had huge continuation here. I thought we were going to sell off here as we came below the trend line here. but we managed to recover, and now it's going to get scary, guys. It is really going to get scary when we get to 400. If we hit the 400 mark, expect a big pullback, but definitely this is an unwarranted rally which we've just seen here. And SPY made a huge recovery from 369.10 and is now trading at 390. So you guys can understand that that was a very quick recovery at at this level here, 369. Crazy recovery. So where do we go from here, guys? Where do we go from here? So I've been reading up and checking out what's been happening in the news, and there's so many people out there suggesting what's going to happen, but I generally think this year is going to remain pretty flat. I mean, there's no reason to have, as long as we maintain economic stability and we manage to stay afloat, I think we're going to see a fairly flat market throughout this year of 2021. We may not even see the crash you all are anticipating. So I'm staying fairly optimistic. We will see these pullbacks, which are healthy pullbacks, but will we see the big sell-off? That is another question. Let me know if you guys have any questions on what I'm discussing here and what I'm saying in the live chat. But I'm telling you guys, it's gonna get interesting. Who we got on the live, guys? I know we got some people here, but let me know in the live chat who we have here, and we can get into some discussion. But one of the other things I like to do with understanding whether a market crash is imminent or whether we're expecting one is I like to look at VIX. VIX is a key indicator for me to understand volatility. Generally speaking, increased volatility, we're going to have higher chances and potential for sell-offs as investors and buyers get shaken in the market. So volatility is something I always like to monitor regularly. If we see above 29, that's when I start getting a bit concerned here. Above 29.2, that's where I start to get worried, guys, because historically over 29.2 we've seen big sell-offs on SPY. So I like to use that as a way to also understand how the market's feeling. But generally speaking, higher volatility, higher chances there of a bigger pullback and bigger sell-off on SPY and the general market. One of the other tickers which we managed to cover was momentum. Momentum you can find on MTUM, ticker name MTUM. You can pick that up there. MTUM is an indicator that is a ticker. It's a ticker that helps you find momentum. And let's see what happened in March. So we saw momentum completely fall off in March, and then you could say March 24th was when momentum started to pick back up in the market. And on SPY, roughly around the same time. So you can definitely use VIX and momentum to understand what's going to happen next. You might be a few days late, but you'll be able to catch the bigger moves. Now momentum really started recovering, during this period, but awfully similar to the V-shaped recovery we saw in March. So crazy stuff, guys. Crazy stuff. So yeah, three things, guys, I want to cover here. So we got VIX. Make sure you're monitoring VIX over 29.2. That's where it starts getting a bit weird, and you want to be extra careful when VIX is above 29.2. At the moment, we're trading at pretty low volatility levels, historically speaking. So nothing really there to be so concerned of there. But at the moment we're okay. The volatility is pretty low. But when we see it spike, that's when you need to get concerned. Momentum is a good way for recoveries, not so much crashes. But yeah, obviously if you see momentum drop off, then that should also make you concerned, because either buyers are stepping out and sellers are stepping in, or we're just seeing a fall in active buyers in the market. So yeah, I like to monitor MTUM. I like to monitor VIX, which is the volatility indicator, MTUM, which is momentum, right? So brings me back to SPY. So like I said earlier on the live, we may just see a flat market throughout 2021. I'll have to keep you guys posted with future lives, future videos, but I generally think we're going to be pretty flat. There's no need, and I don't think the central banks are going to let that happen. The central banks are not going to let a huge sell-off happen. The market is controlled in those respects. So we have to mention that and be aware of that. But while there's some on Wall Street that are warning that the stock market is in a bubble and it's about to burst, but there's so many other analyst firms that saying that 2021 will be a flat year for stocks, and some have said stocks are frothy and due for a correction, but the market is unlikely to see a major crash soon. So I think the central banks here is the key point. While there's so many people on Wall Street expecting this bubble to burst and warning that the stock market is in a bubble and about to burst, but guys, there's so many. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and no one can really forecast these things because no one can do it in accurate ways. There will be victims to these market crashes, and just some statistics here for you guys. Based on the 59% of companies that have reported earnings, the S&P 500 is currently seeing earnings growth of 1.7%, up from a decline of 2.4%. And according to there's so many different analysts, but if this trend continues, it will be the first time earnings experience year-over-year growth since the fourth quarter of 2019. So huge moves for the market in general, and what I personally feel is a unexpected interest rate hike by the central bank that could trigger a bursting of this supposed bubble, but it's very unlikely to occur soon. I personally believe. I think we need something to trigger a big sell-off, and we need something big to happen in order for that to happen. I was thinking it was going to happen during the transition from Trump to Biden. Clearly wasn't the case. But yeah, some of the other risks to consider is COVID-19, of course, immediate U.S. tax hikes by Joe Biden if he increases corporate tax rates suddenly at the 25 to 28%. That may push investors out of the market, and that is something to be mindful of, and that will just cripple all these tech businesses, and increased tech regulations might cripple tech business as well. And as you guys know, tech companies make up the S&P 500 by a large amount, so any tech regulations could halt any investment into the tech sector, which will then make the market struggle, right? So and then you have to think about the US-China tech war. US and China, they've got this battle going on, and if the US-China tech war continues, like due to antitrust issues, and TikTok is one of the culprits, one of the victims there. So all of these things. So you got to combine COVID-19. You got to combine the U.S. tax hikes by Joe Biden if he increases corporate tax rates pretty soon, and then you got to think about the US-China tech war, and then you've got to finally think about, is there going to be extra tech regulations, for instance, on Facebook, on Apple, on Amazon, Google, there's going to be this antitrust. There might be all these lawsuits there that's going to prevent investors entering the market, and end of the day, make people sell out of their positions. So that is likely to cause these big sell-offs. So imagine if that all happened together. You had increased tax hikes. You had the U.S.-China turbulence there kicking off. Then you had the U.S. tax hikes. You had the tech regs. You got COVID-19 ruining the economy. All of these things combined could trigger a massive pullback. But for me personally, I don't think the central banks are going to let this happen. I really think the central bank are in control here, and there's also a risk, guys, that retail investors such as ourselves, we may unwind our positions entirely because we're scared, right? And that brings me back onto Google Trends, because market crash, we've seen it trending. Market crash has been trending on Google from the 24th to 30th of January. And now, it seems to have flattened out, but spikes in Google Trends, you guys have to think outside the box, because if we're having market crash, the phrase market crash trend on Google, that should send alarm bells, because retail investors are probably the ones searching this on Google, and that is probably gonna, if we see spikes in that, more articles written on potential market crashes, then it's gonna make people scared in the market, and investors and retail investors are going to step out of their positions. That could severely disrupt the overall stability we're seeing in the markets if retail investors just decide to take all their money out of the markets because they're scared. So that's something to be mindful of as well. But I'm pretty confident that the central banks will limit the impact of a sell-off. We've seen it happen before. There's been potential opportunities for bigger sell-offs here and here. This was during the Biden-Trump election and transitionary period. Sorry, it's more around here. But we've seen plenty of opportunities for sell-offs. But central banks, they're not going to let it happen, and the more the money gets printed, stimulus checks, etc., we're going to see the market, money's just going to keep flowing into the markets, especially if money keeps printing. So Vince Hoffmeister is in the live chat here and says, I averaged up on the dip today from 2.8 to 3 on cents. That's great. I did make that video, which I've just gone live with. I know it's not part of this live as such today, but it'd be good to cover it. So he says he bought in from 2.8 to 3. So he averaged up, which is okay. Wonder what price you got in at, Vince, but I don't see that as I think that's a good opportunity. I still think cents is a good opportunity, but you'll see my reservations, which I had on my other video, which I've just posted. If you guys haven't checked it out, go over there and check it out. I think that covers off what I wanted to mention on live today. I think that's all I really want to cover. And in case you guys have any other questions, I might be ending the live soon. So yeah, that covers off pretty much what I'm feeling towards the markets. But if the central banks don't want it to sell off, they will definitely do what they can to prevent a huge sell-off. So keep that in mind, guys. The market does have, the market does not act freely. There are people controlling it. People are controlling the flow of money between institutions, etc. So don't always believe that we can predict these things, because there is definitely someone there waiting to pull the rug if anything, if a crash is going to happen. But monitor VIX, monitor momentum. That will keep you guys sane and keep you guys on track with expectations for what happens next in the market. Thoughts on Peloton? Yeah. And what do you think of SNDL? SNDL, man, continuing to surprise everyone, isn't it? Really is. I think we surpassed we surpassed that target which I had of $3. So where do we go from here, guys? Insane stuff. I'm gonna just flick down to the smaller time frame. So yeah, we clearly now we are in some crazy times for SNDL. It's continuing to, in after hours, continuing to break through there. If you're in it, stay in it. If you're thinking of getting in it, you may have just missed the boat on this one, guys. I'd wait for a bigger correction before. You don't want to chase stocks when they're moving in this sort of velocity and momentum, crazy stuff. That's where you don't want to chase it when you're reaching these type of highs, right? So if you've missed the boat on SNDL, I don't think you should chase it. Vince says he took out his profits today. Okay, he took out his profits today. Not sure if that was a good move, because it looks like we still have momentum here. Where's the next level of resistance here? 389. I think we hit 389, if I'm honest, on SNDL, guys. Yeah, I know, Vince. No, it's all good, man. It happens. At least you took your profits. That's the main thing. You got out and you took your profits. I think 391. I think we test 391 because we're not that far away. We're only about 50 cents from 391. That would be... Always look at the bigger time frames, guys, because it helps you understand where we're heading and where we're potentially going to enter some risky areas. But to be honest, Vince, I think you got a good exit, because if we reject 391, then we might just hover this area and consolidate. But I'm not seeing much consolidation. We're just going straight for the moon here. So if we break through 391, that's when the world is your oyster on SNDL, because this thing is there's a lot of room here to move, a lot of room. And there is some crazy price predictions on here, but I'm yet to do some deeper analysis on it, so I'll hopefully give you guys a video on it soon. But yeah, guys, it's crazy times for some of these stocks. We're living in a meme stock world at the moment, so not saying any of these are, but HCMC, has anyone heard of HCMC? I've been meaning to make a video on it, but look at the gains, guys. Look at these gains. This stock has never seen candles this big before. So, man, HCMC, guys, still huge potential. Healthier Choices Management Corporation is the name. Focused on the food industry. But yeah, guys, I think Noah Spades. Yeah, of course I remember you, Noah Spades. I haven't heard from you in a while. Thanks for joining us on the live again. Sorry, I've not been very consistent with the lives, but I hope you're enjoying the videos and the content I'm bringing to the channel. But yeah, I hope you're good, Noah. I hope you're good, man. Hope your trading is going well. Hope your investing is going well, and hopefully I get you guys some opportunities. But HCMC, guys, don't sleep on it. I'll try and get a video out on HCMC in the next couple of days. We got Jean-Carol Ishemezwe. What a name. Ishemezwe. Can you do fire? Yeah. I told you not to be greedy with naked. Yeah, Noah. You definitely did. I took my profits, Noah. What are you talking about? No, I took my profits a while back on naked. I ain't holding the bag on that, bro. I'm not holding the bag on naked. I'm out of that, bro. I'm out of that. What is happening with naked anyway, man? What is happening? What is up 33%? Holy crap. Dude, I forgot about it. I can't believe naked's just come back again, man. These meme stocks are crazy, aren't they? Crazy. Maybe I should have held the bag, but I made like 2-3 grand on this move here on naked, so crazy stuff, man. Alright, guys, I think I'm going to end it there. It's been a great live. Nice to see you, Noah. Nice to see you, Jean, Carol, Vince, Abdi. Nice to see you back here again. The Contender. Nice to have you, Marco Guardo, June, Bugger, Alfred Omega. Nice to have you guys with us on the live today. Hope you found this live useful. Went through some key areas of what I look for a potential crash. But like I said, just to conclude, I think we're going to stay relatively flat this year. We may have some bigger pullbacks, but I just don't think central banks are going to let it happen. So that's what I think. That's personally what I think. So I hope you enjoyed that. Jean Carroll, yeah, I don't really play earnings, Jean Carroll, but that's great to hear. I hope you're in those plays. Can you look at ticker OGI? You had to go trade 30 seconds before market close. Noah, that's not like you, bro, to take these lotto plays. But seeing as though you are a veteran of the live, I'm going to do a quick check for you. So Noah here, Noah Spades here, entered just before market close, and he's taking a YOLO. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so you clearly missed the move here, Noah, but let's see if you got any opportunity. What's after? Oh, great. That's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, after hours looks very, very solid, Noah. So I think you've done really well. Cheers, Abdi. Nice to have you with us. So Noah, yeah, I like it. I personally like it. But what I would say to you, Noah, is watch out for a bigger pullback here. Watch for a bigger pullback, Noah. Noah, watch out here, man. If I was you, Noah, I would sell at open and buy a dip at the trend line. You got that? You got that, Noah? So if you enter just before close, then hopefully tomorrow it doesn't gap down during pre-market. But if it stays at these levels, I would sell at open and just take your profit, and then buy back at a pullback, because I think this will come back down to the trend line here of around $5 or $6. Oh, nice, Noah. So yeah, do the exact same. You can tell it's happened in roughly 3 days. It's going to potentially happen 3 days in a row here. So if you did the same yesterday on it, great stuff. Yeah, don't be greedy, Noah. Don't be greedy. Jean Carroll says, took out my SNDL profit. That's okay, Jean. That's okay, Jean. You know, profit is profit, guys. Nobody went broke taking profits. Remember that. So, you know, it's, you know. All right, guys. I'm out. Appreciate all of you. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for following. And stay tuned for daily videos and hopefully some more lives to come. Thanks very much, guys. Have a good evening. Take care. Goodbye.